Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer and Field Commander Rommel. Let's pick up where we left off, but first I need to make a couple of corrections. The first correction is a rather small one. I simply forgot to put in the 1st Armored Division in the stack of Operation Forces. Then during the Battle of Brussels, the 7th Schützens got reduced, but the Allied forces used their artillery and they rolled a 1, and that is actually 2 hits and not only 1 hit, so I will also need to reduce my 78 mobile artillery. Well, that puts us in a much more difficult situation when we are heading into round 3. And the time advances May 28 to June 4th, 1940. It turns out that we are already late. In 1940, Rommel was able to capture Cambrai already on May the 19th, so we are lagging quite far behind him in progress, although he didn't go so far south as we have done here. Now, when Rommel was given the command of the 7th Panzer Division, he was quite surprised, because normally a Panzer Division would consist of 2 Panzer regiments. But he only got 1. He got the 25th, and that was all. So we advanced the turn counter, and now we move into refit. We have only 2 supplies, so we need to think very carefully on what we want to do. For the quite substantial force I have now in Paris, it's very tempting to either push westward or northward into Cambrai, but I think I will be needing more than these 2 units that I have in Paris to take Cambrai, and both my units in Dinant are reduced, so I probably should pay some supplies to get one of these units up to full strength. But then if I use that unit in an attack on Cambrai along with 2 more, then I would have an overstacking in Cambrai after the battle is done, and I have to reduce it again, and that may not be a very smart or wise thing to do. I'm not going to refit any of my units. That's a risk. That's a huge risk, but I'm going to take it because I need my supplies in order to move. For my battle moves, I'm taking on Cambrai. I need to take this objective now, so I'm moving the 25th Panzer, the 6th Schützen from Paris, and I'm also taking the Totkopf from Reims and assaulting Cambrai. So that is 3 units going into Cambrai. Concentrate my forces like a fist, like an armored iron fist, smashing the units in Cambrai. That's my plan. That is all for my battle moves. Yeah, okay, so let's resolve the battle. Okay, so let's calculate then the battle plans for the Allied. Well, they have 2 units in the battle, so that's 2 battle plans, but they have so incredibly much supplies. If the Allied has more than 8 supplies, they will have 2 plans and lose 2 supplies. So that's for sure going to happen. We're taking away 2 supplies and give them 2 extra battle plans. So that is 4 battle plans for the Allied. That is very, very dangerous. And I need to draw 4 battle plans. I'm drawing 1. They are taking an overrun. That's not good. There are no good battle plans, so let's just see what they take next. Disrupt. Okay, so that may be a good... well... they have a chance of stealing my supplies, and if they do that, they are really messing with my plans, because I want to use my 2 lonely supplies to move afterwards, and if I can't do that, that's going to be very devastating. Next plan, press. Okay, so that's good for me actually, because I want the battle to last for more than 1 round. And the 4th, not to deploy, another disrupt. So they will be rolling 2 disrupts. Rommel can show 3 full units, that's 6 battle plan points. I have 2 supplies, that's 8 battle plan points, and one of the units is a veteran. It's actually an elite. That gives me 2 extra battle plan points. That's 10 battle plan points, and I really need them. Yeah, I'm not sure about this, but I'm taking the overrun as well because I also need the +1 attack, +1 defense. I'm taking the exploits because part of my plan is to move after battle. Although there's a good chance I won't have any supplies left. I'm taking an intel, hoping to remove and not removing the... Oh, that's dangerous. But I'm hoping to remove one of these disrupt battle plans, but if I remove the press, then that is going to be very devastating for me. And I'm going to take a dig in. I need to be able to absorb a hit. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is my battle plans. So the first thing that happens is that I use my intel to remove one of these random... Well, I remove one of these 4 battle plans on random or by random. So I'm going to do that with just rolling a die. This is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So a number between 1 and 4 is what I need. I got a 3. That's not the press. That's one of the disrupts. Whew. Okay, I like that. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's see if that's enough for me winning this battle. Okay, so I'm attacking now with my Panzer, and because of the elite status, it actually has an attack value of 6 and a superscript value of 4. So if I roll 4 or less, the Panzer will inflict 2 hits. It will inflict 1 hit no matter what. So let's see what the Panzer does. Oh man, I'm not happy with that because that is 5, so it's just 1 hit for the Panzers, but okay, that's what it was. That was unlucky. 1 hit for the Panzers. For the Schützen, the 6th Schützen, we need to roll lower than a 2, but we have a +1 attack, so that's lower than 3. Come on, come on. Oh, it's a 4, so it's a complete miss. I have the Totenkopf, which has a 3 in attack value, but it will get 1 more, so that's 4. Well, at least they were able to score a hit. That take my hits up to 2. That's my turn. They have 2 units to defend with, and both of them will have a defense value of 3 because of the +1 attack defense. So 2 rolls and they score or not 3 or less. First roll. That's a miss. Second roll. That's also a miss. That was lucky. Then I'm rolling for the disrupt counter. I would require a 6 or else I lose supplies, but well, let's see. Well, that's a 2 and both my supplies are gone. That's not good for my plans. That's a major obstacle for me completing what I want to complete. Okay, so they completely missed and I get to inflict 2 hits on them. So both of the units are reduced. The press is removed. And they go again. Okay, heading into round 2 of the battle. I will fire up my motor and start the Panzer again. Let's see if I can inflict some hits with the Panzer. Lower than a 4. Notice that the overrun battle plan have no effect on this upgraded Panzer because it already has 6 in attack value. And this superscript value cannot be modified by the overrun. So the Panzer will attack. That's a 4. Can you see that? That's a 4. And that is 2 hits. And I don't need to roll any more for the other because that eliminates both allied units. Well, that at least is good. But they get to defend. They have a value now of 1. +1 because for the overrun. And, well, 2 rolls, 2 or less. If I'm lucky, I should be able to escape without any harm. First roll. Would you believe it? That's a hit. Second roll. Hottie. How can... man, this game, oh, it can be very unforgiving. Well, that's what I like about it as well. It's difficult. These two units are, at least they are out of here in the destroyed box. Yeah, I move into Cambrai, but I need to allocate 2 hits. Well, the dig-in counter takes care of 1 of the hits, so I need to allocate 1 more hit. So okay, I'm reducing the Totenkopf. Ah yeah, you see now my problem? When I will be doing my resupply check, I will be overstacking here, and I need to take another hit because I have no more supplies. I don't know if I can survive this. Let's see. I think it's fair to say that Rommel is in trouble. For my non-battle moves, I am moving my 78 and my 7 Schutzen into Reims. You see, I was planning to use my supply now to get into Paris, but I have been rendered immobile. I can now reinforce in Paris. Perhaps I will be saving this 7 Schutzen and not move that because I want to maximize my supply points. Yeah, I need to move the artillery. I can't leave it behind in Dinant. If it's there, nothing will happen, but here it's a sitting duck also. So this is very difficult, and these are very tough strategic choices that I need to make now that the game offers. So it's not only roll and see what happens, it's far from that. You really need to find a way to deal with the unforeseen effects of battle. Pretty, well, if not realistic, it's very fun at least, and it makes the game very challenging. And now I need to do the supply check. And I don't want to do the supply check because I cannot pay the supplies needed to stay with 3 units in Cambrai. So what do I do now? Do I eliminate the Totenkopf completely, or do I leave them on as a reduced unit and also reduce my Schutzen? If I do that, I will only have 1 full strength unit left. And the allies will be able to act. This is a very tough choice to make. No, I will not sacrifice any units, so I'm reducing the Schutzen. Oh, I forgot, I eliminated some units so I can actually upgrade the Totenkopf. So let's see what kind of upgrade they will get. Take the upgrade counters and I randomly take this one. This one, they are no veterans. Okay, so I theoretically could have upgraded another unit, but there are no other units in the battle that are not fully upgraded already. At least I took out some units. These are 2 points, and I did not move the 7 Schutzen, so that is 4 supply points. I hold Cambrai, so that is 6 supply points. And with 6 supply points, it is very tempting to get another Panzer regiment on and strengthen the 7th Panzer Division. If I do that, I will still not be able to move much next round, but I may not have to. Things would have looked so much better if I could have used my exploits and moved into Lille. I'm buying the 15th Panzer and putting it on here in Liège, and for my last point I'm buying 2 supplies. Okay, they do not do any refit because they have only full strength units. We will do an allied operation check, and this is one of the decisive moments now. We have 4 operation counters left. I'm going to roll a die and let that decide which battle plan I'll pick. This is number 1. Okay, I'm going to pick counter number 2. If this counter now is a go, I have serious problems. It's not a go. Okay, we're good. It's an advance. The advance counter goes on the stack here of counters, and it will tell these units to advance 1 space towards the closest enemy unit, which is me, when they get on the map. Every single one of these units. And they do not go on the map in the same spot. So that creates actually a lot of mobility. Back to the map of France, and we will now see what orders the Allied High Command are issuing to their units. As it turns out, there are actually no units, well, there are no Allied units in eastern France and Belgium at all, so there are no orders for this region. For the western part of France, we need to figure out what the forces will do. Well, we know that these guys will hold, because unless there are more than 2 units in an objective, they will hold. So the 7th and the 4th Royal Tank Regiment are holding, and that is good, because if they decided to attack, they could easily smash this defense here. They are terrible. These are Matildas. They are not good. Sorry, there are no Axis forces in western parts of France, meaning that I do not get to subtract anything from the modifier. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units from the Allied forces in western part of France. So if we take a look at the artificial intelligence, so to speak, we see that even a roll of 1 will give an advance, because we need to add 1 for every Allied force in the region. And we cannot avoid the advance. I don't need to roll, but I can just for fun. So I got a 1, and that is plus 5, and that is 6 advance. So they will move 1 space towards the closest enemy. For the 25th Armored, it means moving to Le Havre. For these guys here in Calais, it will mean either Lille, Arras or Ames. There's no clear answer in the rules where these guys will move. They can even move into Brussels. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 spaces that both the chasseurs and the fort can move into. I guess that I get to choose then, because the rule seems to favor flexibility or player choice, but I'm not making it that easy for myself, so I'm going to roll a die for both of the units, and I'm calling this an area number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and Ames is number 4. So the chasseurs are moving into Brussels, they're back home, so to speak, and the fort, no, 5 is not, the fort, 1, 2, 3, 4 is moving into Ames, and we can now move into the Allied supply check. The resupply box here, Caen, Calais and Paris. So if you remember that Caen is down here, and let's see what Caen gets. Way west, they get a 3, and that is 1 force. So I randomly selected the 10th Durham in Caen. They're back on the map, ready for another round of battle. Let's see for Paris. I got a 1, and that is also 1 force. No. It was not an armored. A 3rd is coming on the map in Paris. And Calais. Let's see for Calais. Calais gets a 4, and that is also 1 force. There are only 4 units left, and one of them is an armored unit. But it's the 5th that comes on in Calais. Okay, that completes the Allied circle. Now the map is literally swarming with units. Now it doesn't look good for the Axis. And the main reason is the vast number of reduced troops and only 2 supplies. Let me know what you think about the situation in Calais during the advancement. Did I do the advancement orders correctly? Should I have done it otherwise? Well, I resolved it randomly. Did I overlook a rule? That is absolutely possible. We are now halfway through on the campaign track. We only have 1 objective, 4 reduced units and only 2 full strength units. Until next time, play more games. Oh, that's a different channel. Well, see you soon.